Education in France is organized in a highly centralized manner, with many subdivisions. It is divided into the 3 stages of primary education. The main age that a child starts school in France is age 3. 3-year-olds do not start primary school. They start preschool. Then, by the age of 6, a child in France starts primary school and soon moves on to higher and higher grade levels until they graduate. In French higher education, the following degrees are recognized by the Bologna process: licence and licence professionnelle, and the comparably named master and doctorate degrees. Napoleon began the French university and secondary educational systems. Guizot started the elementary system. Intense battles took place over whether the Catholic Church should play a dominant role. The modern era of French education begins at the end of the 19th century. Jules Ferry, a minister of public instruction in 1841, is widely credited for creating the modern school by requiring all children between the ages of 6 and 12, both boys and girls, to attend. He also made public instruction mandatory, free of charge, and secular. With those laws, known as French Lubbers, Jules Ferry laws, and several others, the Third Republic repealed most of the fallow laws of 1850 to 1851, which gave an important role to the clergy. All educational programs in France are regulated by the Ministry of National Education. The head of the ministry is the Minister of National Education. All teachers in public primary and secondary schools are state civil servants, making the ministère the largest employer in the country. Professors and researchers in France's universities are also employed by the state. At the primary and secondary levels, the curriculum is the same for all French students in any given grade, which includes public, semi-public and subsidized institutions. However, there exist specialized sections and a variety of options that students can choose. The reference for all French educators is the Bulletin officiel de l'éducation nationale, de l'enseignement supérieur et de la recherche, which lists all current programs and teaching directives. It is amended many times every year. In metropolitan France, the school year runs from early September to early July. The school calendar is standardized throughout the country and is the sole domain of the ministry. In May, schools need time to organize exams. Outside metropolitan France, the school calendar is set by the local rector. Major holiday breaks are as follows. Schooling in France is not mandatory. Are introductions to community living. Children learn how to become students and are introduced to their first notions of arithmetic. Begin to recognize letters. Develop oral language, etc. The last 2 years of preschool, moyenne section and grande section, are more school-like. Pupils are introduced to reading, writing and more mathematics. A preschool can have its own school zone who teaches the complete curriculum. After kindergarten, the young students move on to the école élémentaire. In the first 3 years of elementary school, they learn to write, develop their reading skills and get some basics in subjects such as French, mathematics, science and the arts, to name a few. Note that the French word for a teacher at the primary school level is professeur or professeur. Des écoles. Children stay in elementary school for 5 years until they are 10 to 11 years old. The grades are named CP, CM1 and CM2. After primary school, 2 educational stages follow. Primary and secondary private schools in France are divided into 2 categories. As of January 2015, the International Schools Consultancy listed France as having 105 international schools. ISC defines an international school in the following terms. ISC includes an international school if the school delivers a curriculum to any combination of preschool, primary or secondary students, wholly or partly in English outside an English-speaking country, or if a school in a country where English is one of the official languages, offers an English medium curriculum other than the country's national curriculum and is international in its orientation. That definition is used by publications including The Economist. France has its own international school regulator, the AEFE. Higher education in France is organized in 3 levels, which correspond to those of other European countries, facilitating international mobility. The licence and licence professionnelle, A student accumulates those credits, which are generally transferable between paths. A license is awarded once 180 ECTS have been obtained. A master is awarded once 120 additional credits have been obtained. License and master's degrees are offered within specific domains and carry a specific mention. Specialites, which are either research-oriented or professionally oriented during the second year of the master. There are also professional licenses whose objective is IME.